Hi, my name's Craig Wiggins and this is The Farmer's Voice. Today on The Farmer's Voice we're joined by Hamish and Vicky Mee on their Mid Canterbury pig farm. Hey guys, nice to have us here and plenty of grass, pigs look good.
Yeah, thanks Craig.
Tell us a little bit about your farm.
Today we have 92 hectares. Here we've got 400 outdoor sows, all farrowing outside, and we farrow to finish.
Yeah, that's good, and I noticed that the sows are outside farrowing and the little fellas are running around in long green grass. That's a little bit of pointed difference, isn't it, from a lot of other farms?
Absolutely, yeah. In New Zealand there's only about 40% of us that farm this way, which is actually quite unique. You wouldn't find that in any other country. So yeah, we're really proud of the way we farm.
And why do you farm like this?
I like this, seeing my girls out, piglets out free. The boys are out running after the girls, as all boys should be. I think it's a happy place.
Yeah, it makes you feel good about farming. Hamish,
Absolutely.
how does that work out financially? Is it a drainer? Is it more profitable or less profitable?
Yeah, it's quite a bit less profitable, Craig. It's a lot higher costs than an indoor situation. In several areas, I guess, is the land usage that you've got. Using a lot more land than you otherwise would. The production isn't as good. We have a lot more lay-ons on our sows. We don't have the protection of a farrowing crate that an indoor situation would. So production's down a lot more. They're exposed to the elements a lot more. They eat a lot more food because of that. Feed conversion isn't as good. Yeah, it's quite a marked difference, the cost of production in this style of farming to an indoor style of farming.
I can see you guys are really trying your best to give your animals the best life possible while they're on farm and while they're growing and breeding. Tell me how you manage your animal remedies and your animal welfare, making sure also that those animal remedies don't get into the human food chain.
Yep, it's a hard job, to be fair. You've got to look at every angle of the farm and the public. We have a closed herd, which means we do not bring any live animal onto farm, just live semen from a specialised pig producing firm, PIC. Yeah. We also have book boundaries where people cannot come on farm, and when we do have visitors, which to be fair is very rare because we have nothing to hide,
yeah.
We have to dress you up in those gorgeous little overalls, and we supply boots and whatnot.
So this keeps any pigs immune from anything I may carry onto the farm?
Absolutely. Well, you actually, as the contract said that you've signed, we made you sign today,
yep.
You're not allowed on any contact of pigs for at least 3 days. Is ideal for us, or the only way you can get on farm.
Back to the animal remedy side of things, I mean, animals do get sick and they need drenching and other bits and pieces, and that's common practice on farm. If I'm a consumer in a town and I buy some of your pork, how can you guarantee me that I'm not eating anything with antibiotics or animal remedies still within their withholding periods?
Well, that's pretty hard very, very hard actually, to identify that, Craig. Yeah. The labelling is so loose in New Zealand. The only real way is to look at the label very, very hard and see that it actually states it contains New Zealand pork, or it has the 100% New Zealand pork label on it. Otherwise, there's labels with New Zealand on it within their brand that aren't actually New Zealand pork at all.
What do you do on farm before it actually gets a label on it on the consumer's shelf? The biosecurity and the animal welfare is actually absolutely paramount for us on this farm, as it is for all New Zealand farms. New Zealand has the highest animal welfare standards in the world for pigs and other animals, for a start. The New Zealand Pork Board independently audit us as well to make sure we're all up to scratch. The biosecurity is absolutely huge. It means that on this farm we can have our feeds that are antibiotic free. There's no antibiotics that go into any of our feeds. We do treat animals that are sick, of course, as you would a human. And you have record keeping for those animals as you treat them?
We do. That's part of our audit process. Yep. That we record what drugs go to what animals, and of course watching out for the residuals and that sort of thing.
So before a pig goes to the works to be slaughtered or to be processed, you can guarantee me that pig's not going to be ever have any animal remedies still within its system?
We can, yes. Yeah, we have records of what would have been given different drugs and things. And of course we have an animal status declaration form that we fill out and sign before there's any stock movement as well.
That's great.
Yep.
That's really great. Give me your thoughts, and this is an open question here, so I expect an open answer, on the negativity around social media and mainstream media in regards to pig farming, because I can see that these pigs are in a really good condition here, and what is it, perception? What are we looking at? What's the problem?
Yeah, there is a perception out there at the moment because the only real media coverage that the pork industry has had is negative from welfare animal groups, and they'll pick out the worst, of a farm, and they'll even doctor it up to make it look worse than it actually is. You've got to look at the whole picture, and we have pride in our animals. We love our animals, and we raise them that they can have a good life.
So it's
And that's our job.
personally insulting to
It
you
is, yeah.
to be tarred with a brush that perhaps is unfair. I mean, we're standing here and there's 20, 30 little piglets running around us and grass up to our knees. What happens to these piglets from now on? Once they're weaned off mum, do they go into some sheds and be raised, or what's the story there?
They do, yeah. They're out here for around 4 weeks before they're weaned, and then they'll go into the sheds. Our system's a straw-based shed, so they'll go into a large group of around 120 pigs, all in one group, and they'll be finished through from there. They're about 84 kilos dead weight when they go to be killed.
I can see that you're really passionate about making sure that the farmers got good animal welfare, got good remedy controls, and also that the effluent is recycled and gives us a great atmosphere and looks after the environment. What can I do as a consumer to buy your product? Make sure that I get pork or bacon that has been farmed sustainably and in great conditions like this. As a consumer, I want to be able to get that pork. How do I do it?
Well, firstly, look for the New Zealand brand. Firstly, if you're after this particular style of farming, it would come under the free farmed brand,
Yep.
and that's often in the labelling that you read.
So today you've seen very passionate farmers, Hamish and Vicky Mee, on their Mid-Canterbury pig farm. It's really, really important to them that they are seen in a good light. Their pigs are in good condition and they're proud of what they do. All they hope is that you enjoy their food. If you'd like to comment on anything that you've seen here today, or perhaps maybe even ask some more questions, have a look at the farmersweekly.co.nz website, and we'll be back to you with more information later on. Thanks very much, guys. It's been a pleasure being here.